Friday, April 13th, 2001, the night of Angie Martinez album release party. For those who don't know, tell us why that night is so significant.
Oh, that's the Devil's Night. Yeah, Friday the 13th already with that um being the night is crazy because I was over there to support a friend. It was Angie's Martinez album release. Um I was proud of her for working on that album. I helped. We had a relationship. Like I said, we was friends, so I was just there. Besides her being Angie Martinez, it was me supporting her friends, and she had a lot of friends. So it was an industry night. Her best friend is Mary J. Blige, and with that being said, I mean everybody that was somebody showed up that night. So it was gonna be one of those days and one of those nights, really hot nights in Jimmy's Bronx Cafe. That was our spot, the Terror Squad spot. Me, Joe's, Puns. We built a relationship with them that was special. Um, and a business relationship too. Saying bringing new clientele in there and them treating us with love and making it like it's our club. It was that was stated already throughout years, about 2 years. So to have that day there for her, it was special for her. Uh, Me and Joe actually, we already had a dispute with, going separate ways as far as the business. That a meeting took place in his lawyer's office where all the double dipping and all that came out. He expressed his discomfort with me. He didn't really need me. He was doing it for a favor. The old story of, you know, trying to make it look like he was the one that was hooking me up. So I didn't even argue. Uh, I just like, yo, listen, I could do bad by myself. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you don't want me to be here, yeah, we just separate ways. I could, I'm sure I could find somebody, so another poem that is gonna, nurture my talent and go wherever I wanted to go because I was paying him to be my manager. Also, it's not like he's doing it for free. So that was disappointing to hear that come out his mouth. But he was doing it on some personal shit, and I got it, but I was still feeling a certain way. Like, damn, all this time, what I'm saying, to build this team together, always been in my mind, and real blood, sweat, and tears. That I know I put my work into this crew and this career. So we left it like that. I was supposed to give him $300,000 next deal I get for his hard work that he did, I guess, for promoting me and getting me a deal, whatever. So I was supposed to give him 300. We left it. I was like, no problem. Then comes the Angie Martinez party. And it was funny to me because I was trying to get in there with my people because they didn't want to let me in first. Like the bouncers, and I was, what do you mean they don't want to let me in? They were saying it was I took capacity. So I kind of believed them a little bit because it was like a lot of people. So there was a capacity, but me, they didn't want to let me and my people. And I was thinking about the Joe shit, of course, but I wasn't gonna miss that that party because of Joe. Show my allegiance to Angie, and that's my friend. I came there to support her, and I had a song with her in the album, the Jimmy's song, which was the place was Jimmy, so he was gonna perform it. She told me to go there so I could perform it, so that's why I showed up. So yeah, we walk in there. They didn't let my people in. The guy, Uncle B, that I told you, that the guy that believed in me and Pun in the beginning for Full Eclipse, he was with me. They didn't let him in. So you understand? So I said, you know what? Let me just go in there, and then I could get in there. I could talk to Jimmy's himself, and I get my people in. So they only let me in with me and Sunkist. It was another artist that was down with like Showbiz AG, and it was Pun's friend. And this is after Pun passed away already, and I broke up from the Terror Squad, and I was doing my thing. So they let me in with Sunkist, and we go over there by our usual spot next to the VIP. Um, Angie gets on stage, start performing some of her songs. So she told me, Cuban, come up here, come up here. And I was in the side. So I said, all right, cool. I went to the back of the stage. I walked up in there. When I walked up in the stage, Joe was performing with her on stage already. and she was doing a song with him, whatever, and I was waiting like behind him, not behind him where the crowd could see me, but like by the stairs. They had to walk down there. So when he finished his song, whatever, I was coming and I was trying to go get the mic, and this nigga Joe just dropped the mic on the stage. So he didn't hand me the mic. So he walks by me, but he walks like this, like with his head down. He want to look at me. Then he was with Macho. No, matter of fact, when he walked by me like that, I said, "Yo, what's up, brother? What's going on, my nigga?" I slapped him that. Bow. He walks, and I looked at Macho. Macho was like his caretaker almost, like the guy who wiped his sweat off. He was a guy from the terror squad, but on stage he wipes his sweat off. That's what he does. So he looked at. I know him very well. So he looked at me and he was like really like disoriented. Like he didn't know what to say or do. So I already knew in my head, oh, this nigga putting people against me, just like he did in Connecticut. I already know his MO. He probably told them a story, whatever. But now I see the crew acting a certain way. So now I let it go, whatever, because I'm up next. So me and Sunkis get on the stage and we do live at Jimmy's with Angie Martinez. The Jimmy's, Copacabana, some Spanish, merengue in Miami, whatever. But I wrote that song, whatever. So we killed it. Next thing you know, we get off stage. Angie sees us off. Yo, Cuban, whatever. The crowd go crazy. I walk now back into where I usually stay in Jimmy's, all the way to far end to the right, next to the VIP. Joe wasn't there. Some of the terror squad people was there. You know what I'm saying? I said, what's up to Flex and all of that. They looked at a little off too, a little funny. Like they was trying to be nice to me, but they didn't know how to be nice to me or something. Like, almost now that I'm thinking back at the time, now I look back and it was like, they was acting funny. It was moving funny, but they didn't, do nothing crazy, but they was acting a little funny. Like maybe they knew something was going on or they was just surprised to see me there. Because remember, it was contracts off now. I'm no longer terror squad on the paper, but I'm still from the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm from that same block, and we rock together anyway. So that was the funny part about it. Uh, so we stayed there. Now I'm getting in my groove. I don't see Joe, whatever. So now I'm dancing with a chick. Start dancing. And I see my boy that came in with, Kiss. He was looking at me. He was looking that way, like really like on some straight serious shit. So now I stop from dancing. I go next to him. I was like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I see a serious face. And he goes, nah, this Joe keep looking at me. So now I go like, yo, leave it alone. Probably because, tensions is a little high, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened with the business, with the office, the lawyer's office, and they, but don't let it start with you, because then that's how they start. It's come from the side, and then shit happens. So I said, stop, edging it on, whatever. He was like, all right, whatever. So I go back dancing with the chick. 10 minutes later, I look back, see Sunkiss again looking at. So now I go over there again. Hey, yo, what the hell's going on? What's going on? When I'm talking to him, saying, what's going on? Joe comes up and now they like face to face with each other, and they looking at each other like, right? But it's not me. I'm the fucking trying to stop this fight. Like, we got fucking this Angie's party. We got Mary J. Blige here. We got everybody. Is anybody? People don't need to see this right? It's crazy. And some kids, and that was Pun's man. And then you got Joe over here. Joe is, they all in the family. So I'm over here trying to stop him. Yo, chill for real. Like, relax. Stop. So when I'm doing all that shit, Joe swings on Sunkis. Sunkis goes over the railing and he does he's sleeping. And that thing. So I'm like this. Oh. So now when I look, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? In my head, in slow motion, I'm like this. Damn, man. It's crazy. Everybody's like, moving around from the space because he's laid down there. Now I'm looking back to Joe. Joe's coming with one for me. So he hits me. Oh. So now I had shoes on. So now I'm slipping backwards and I fall. Wow. But I get up mad quick. And I just get up and start rocking him, because after that I was like, okay, he set it off, right? But now too, I'm catching up to all the fucking actions that was going on in the whole, like the strange shit that was going on. And I'm like, I get up and I start rocking him. Bang, 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 bang. He didn't get no more hits after that. That one sneak shot is all he got. After that, I caught him with at least a 4 to 5 piece combination. Uh, he's rocking backwards towards the railing. He's like this, falling backwards. The bouncers now come in and they start grabbing me off of him. So they grabbing me off of him. And there's other bouncers over there trying to help him get up. So when that's happening, the bouncer's holding me, but I'm over here like, motherfucker, you strong on me? Now I want to fight. Now I'm on him, but I'm trying to go that way. While I'm going over there that way, and the guards is holding me, somebody from the back does the old drawing behind me, but I don't feel it. I'm to, the adrenaline rush was over here. Because it's, my brother just swung on me. Like, my fake brother or whatever the fuck, we still from the block. Like, you from my block, you still my dude. Like, just because business, and you're the one who wanted me out anyway. I just complied with what you said. So you still over here, whatever. So now you swung on me, and I'm trying to stop the fight between you and him and Sunkiss. I'm not thinking that straight there, but once he hit me, I lost my shit, and I just went on him, and that's what happened. It was grabbing him. So the dude comes drawing behind me. I don't feel it. And while that's happening, I'm still trying to get Joe. But now, like, the bouncers start seeing me bleed or whatever, I guess, or whatever. I'm not seeing myself bleed. I'm not even knowing I'm cut. I'm still trying to get Joe. They pushing me out the door now. Now they form like a shield. The Jimmy's bouncers, they form like a shield, like 4 or 5 guys get like in front of me. And I'm over here like, get the fuck out of here. They're going like this to me with their things, like back towards the exit of the club. Saying the side exit. And next thing you know, I'm next to the doors, and the doors open up, and I go outside. I was like, "Where, motherfucker? Y'all need to do this." So I don't even know I'm cut. Then when I get outside, I look down and I see the blood on my shirt, and I was like, "Oh, they got me! Oh, these motherfuckers cut me!" And I'm like, "This." I feel my wet, right? So I'm like, I get on my knees. I say a prayer. Please God, help me forgive me for what I'm about to do. Because my mind was going crazy there, and I already seen it. I seen it, like replaying in my head. And then when I said that prayer and whatever, and I was about to get up, the guy Harry from Jimmy's Bronx Cafe detail, his security, he looks at me. He was scared, like, "Oh, whoa!" I said, "They got me, right?" He was like, "Yeah, they got me, man." But he didn't know what to do, right? This is the head security from Jimmy's. He knows me very well. Nobody's did nothing. Everybody like I guess surprised that this happened to me, and I'm over here trying to find out what's going on, right? Like, let me in the club. Like, I'm trying to get in, but then I see Remy. Remy pulls up in a red Mercedes, and she came out of the car, and then she told me, "Yo, they cut you, yo, look, let me take you to the hospital." So I was like, "Come on, take me," because I seen Armageddon. Armageddon was one terror squad affiliate also, and I was in my mind, I was waiting for somebody to take me off because, at the end of the day, Armageddon came in with Joe. So in my head, I'm like, should I give it to? In my head, I'm still flipped. Like, now I'm active. Like, I'm on, like, on one. So I was trying to just go crazy. But for some reason, Remy calmed me down, put me in a car. I took my shirt off, I put it on my face, and she took me to the hospital. And while I was getting stitched up back there, was 2 cops right there while I'm getting stitched up. And it was like, "I know who did this." "You know who did this." I said, "I don't know who did nothing, man. The doctor said it. I don't know what happened." "Yeah, you had a fight with Joe. They did it from behind. I know who did it." I said, "Well, I don't know who did it. The doctor did it." You know what I'm saying? There was 2 black cops that was asking me, like, while I'm getting stitched up, you know? So all that shit felt funny to me. At the end of the day, this whole shit was a play that they did. And it's like the Illuminati thing where, you use people that, and everybody, they played a part to this hit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that,
You think Angie knew what was going to happen?
nah, I think she was just a regular bystander. They used her, though, in her event. I'm surprised she didn't feel disrespected that happened to me in her event. And, the motherfucker who started, you know what I'm saying? It was Joe. And then you become even closer. The guy who respected your event, trying to stop a fight from happening, event, is the guy you distance yourself from. You know what I'm saying? And start making a relationship with the enemy of the guy. That because Angie came to my house and she spoke to me and was very caring and very understanding and thought so. But then slowly but surely you seen that happen, and I seen that it was like she fell in line. Whatever Joe motive alternative was, which was to derail everybody that could help his career, whatever, to his side, and made me look like. So it was happening slowly but surely. Even guys like the Tony Sunshines of the crew, you know what I'm saying? Even Pun's cousins and people, like they would still hang out with him and then come check on me. And I'm over here like this, like checking their vibe up. And they checking my vibe. I didn't know they checking my vibe. I thought they coming over to check up on me on some friendship because we know each other before this music. But they was over there spying. So that's how it went slowly but surely. And then. But that's what Angie, like I said, Angie interviewed him in Hot 97. She gave him the platform. He said his side of the story, and never gave me my just due to say my side of the story. So once she did that, I already knew that the politics was against me, and she was doing what she was doing.
Did you ever speak to Fat Joe after the incident?
Oh yeah, he called me up and because he's still dealing with certain people that terror squad people that we had inside the business that we knew each other from, that we still dealing with. I was still taking some of the people that was with our old crew with me to do get some money. So there was relationships there. Flex, saying rest in peace. He put me in the phone with him. He had called me up. I remember Flex was like his child friend, but he was a good dude. Saying he had believed him. He believed in me too. Not that I trusted him all the way, but at least I could trust that much of him. Like, saying he ain't gonna do no fake shit. Or if he does, I'm gonna be able to tell. So he was like, please don't put my brother in jail, Cuban, please. I said, what? Who in jail? Nigga? Who's going to cops? Who's telling on who? He was like, please, almost crying to me. And I didn't notice that in my head first. But I already knew later on. But I'm like, this nigga playing that. So this nigga, his side, whatever. He's supposed to be, right? He grew up with him. But now you copping police to me not to put him in jail. Who the fuck is going to jail, first of all? Because I ain't calling no cops ever. You already know what it should be, Flex, if anything. But whatever it is, you're not talking about that. So then an hour later, he puts on Joe. And Joe was like, yo, I ain't do that to you. I said, I ain't nobody told you. Nobody said you did it to me, doggy. We had a fight, whatever. Some a third nigga did it. It's a third person who did it. It was from behind. So he's a coward. And I guess I'm the real Scarface now. I made a joke like that. I guess I'm the real Scarface, not just a tattoo on my shoulder. And he was like, yeah, but this and that. I said, so who did it then? You, Joe. Come on. You found their car. They stole your car in Brooklyn. You found it like a week later. I'm sure they're going to come back to you who did it, because whoever did it, I guess, did it on your behalf, right? Did it on your behalf because they were saving you from me because I was on top of you. So I guess, somebody came. And the problem is that I know if you're my man or you're my brother, right? Two brothers got to fight. But, if you're my real brother, the third nigga who jumps in, we both beating them up, regardless what kind of altercation we have it amongst brothers. So I'm sure, you're going to find out who did it. Just let me know. That's all I do. But what you want, Cuba? I said, listen, just tell me who did it. Give me a gift one day. Give me a call. Have somebody there in the basement for me. I want to talk to them. You know what to do, Joe. I don't got to tell you nothing. He said, all right, cool. Hung up. 2 weeks later after that, his lawyer sends me a letter. A cease and desist order uh, to pay me for my surgery in my face, reconstructive surgery. Like 19, I think it was like $17,000, something like that. He's gonna get he was gonna give me 13,000 plus the surgery. Best doctors in Switzerland is gonna handle this, and I'm like this. Oh, okay, gesture or something. Then I read the fine print. It's like, but you can never in your world tell the story of what happened on Friday the 13th, April the 13th, in 2001 in Jimmy's Cafe. I was gag order for me not to ever say that story. And from then on, I knew that this fat beluga piece of shit set me up. And he was trying to cover his tracks with business, dealings and think that I was stupid enough to sign that. So once that happened, then I already knew that this was premeditated, something that he did, and he trying to legally he's trying to get away from it. Like he thought I really was going to sue him or saying call the cops on him and things like that. So he was protecting his bag, in other words. So he knew what was he's already in motion with the business plan, while I'm over here thinking about some street code, honor, friendship, how this happened. I know I know niggas ain't gonna let niggas respect me like that, especially the way I held it down. I know somebody gonna come up with a gift for me. And I'm talking about a gift. I'm not talking about no money. You know what kind of gift I'm
You
talking
wanted the
about, right?
guy who cut your face
So
delivered to you on a silver platter.
that's it. And call me and let me go there. Just send me an address. Send me an address, a picture, an address, or something. Something. So that wasn't done, right? So I already knew what was gonna happen. And then the blackballing started. I wasn't even gonna go at him directly. I went to Cali actually to get a deal because I know on the East Coast he was powerful, whatever. He knew more, the business side. He was powerful in that, and they wasn't gonna go against him, I guess. So I went, I got some calls from the West Coast out there, and I try to pursue my career out there, and just do what the Pac, the Pac, what happened with Pac, East to the West, and just find a home so I could get my, my my product out. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't going to go at him. I'm still working on my 24 Karat album, trying to buy it back from Atlantic. Like, so I wasn't even on it, like getting on, dissing on the lyrical or going at him like that. But what happened is that he got word that I was out there in Cali trying to get a deal, and he got his man Steve Lobel, manager for Bone Thugs and Harmony, which is one of his real buddies out there from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And he got him to stop the deals that I was doing. So he was doing the blackballing effect already. And that's when the Cuban, well, which rhyme are you gonna do? The one pun wrote you or the Magen wrote you? That's when he got that shot at me again. Now I go and put him on blast and get big, or I'm gonna fuck you up again when I see you. You're a bitch made, lyrical shit, and that's what happened, because I seen the actions that he was taking. And yeah, I didn't see that part of the blocking and all that. So you seen the disgruntled probably employee come out and start, fuck him. Yeah, probably that's what he wants y'all to see. But there was reactions and reasons why I did that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to handle it like a man. He wanted to handle it like a sucker. You know what I'm saying? And a guy that I know approached Jay-Z by himself on shit like that was gangster. I'm thinking, baby, that's what the we about. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm not gonna sue you, homie. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna take it the way we came up, right? That's where the block we from. That's where our G code is at. He turned the whole game on me. He went business on me. He went let's just say he did the 6ix9ine on me. That's what he did. So there's no respect for that. And that's how it's been ever since. That's how it's been ever since.